in a sec.
No worries. All right, let's make a start, boys. I'll turn the music up. We're back with another Watching the Goal live stream. I've got Alex and I've got Josh on the call as usual. It's good to see you again. It's been a couple of weeks since our last live stream. Hopefully we're going to get some people joining us in the chat real soon, and more people will come along and join in the scoring with us. We'll get onto that in the not too distant future. First off, let's cover some of the recent boxing events. We'll get straight into it. I know Josh has got some stuff to get into in a little while, so let's race through it, lads. Let's go back and talk briefly about the Knockout Chaos card from Saudi Arabia, headlined by Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Josh, let's come to you first on this one. It was a pretty explosive display. A lot of people weren't too sure beforehand, like what Ngannou might bring to the table, following his decent fight against Tyson Fury. So I guess it shocked a lot of people, maybe, but a lot of people also expected what happened. Good result for Joshua. Give us your take on it, Josh.
Like, it's the knockout of the year, if not anything, thus far. And I think that's just given the stakes that were involved with it. I do think that the promotion for the event was pretty solid. They did a lot of good things in relation to that. And we ultimately had a lot of interest in this contest, both boxing fans and MMA fans, which also brought about a number of opinions as well. So you could ask a random group of people, and there were likely going to be a number of varying opinions on who they expected to come out on top. Given that Anthony Joshua has shown vulnerabilities in the past, there were those that felt that Ngannou would be able to touch him with something and potentially upset the apple cart in a bit, in a similar fashion to what Andy Ruiz was able to do. Now, this version of Joshua is a version of Joshua that will be tough for any heavyweight on any given day. And I think that what he followed up with from that Otto Wallin fight, working with Ben Davison, that seems to have given him more of that edge that he needed and at least was trying to get back prior to what happened in the Ruiz contest, because he had a period thereafter where you could say he was a bit timid in some situations, a bit more cautious. And that mindset that he seems to have in place right now is almost a seek and destroy type of mindset. And I like this version of Joshua. I like seeing him and knowing that he is going to go out there and use his God-given abilities, because he has the capability to be one of those guys that could dominate certain types of opponents and a level of opponent. And I think that he will be a big challenge for Tyson Fury were the two to meet at some point down the road. But in this contest, of course, I think the ship was righted. This is something Tyson Fury probably should have done, and maybe he was capable of doing so if in top shape and truly focused. But Anthony Joshua, he did not take Ngannou lightly, and he made sure that he came in there on a mission. And it seems as though the world of boxing was resting heavily on his shoulders, because had he come out with a dud in a similar capacity to Tyson Fury, then I don't think the heavyweight division in boxing could have lived that down, as far as the varying opinions from MMA fans alike. But Ngannou, props to him for getting in there with Joshua, really thinking he had a chance, but ultimately it shows you that a boxer who's been doing it longer than an MMA fighter, certainly by miles, should and usually does come out on top if they join the boxing ranks looking to compete for the first time. So, or in Gano's case, the second time. So, props to Joshua. Now, I want to see him in one of these real deal big fights with the true champion that is out there, whether that's Usyk or Fury, or maybe we see a rematch with Joseph Parker. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll come on to Parker shortly after this one. Alex, what was your verdict on that one?
Yeah, shout out to Josh, man. I remember he called the knockout. I was thinking that Joshua was going to be a bit more timid, and that was anything but timid, man. I had a lot of worry with the way that Ngannou was able to overperform against Fury. I felt that there was going to be a bit of a reaction that we're going to see within the ring from then on with Francis Ngannou, because we saw how tough it was for him. Oh, I'm sorry, for Fury inside that ring, who's seen as basically number one, and for some reason, some people's minds number two heavyweight in the world. Joshua didn't give a fuck. He didn't care. Um, I love it. I love the new attitude that he's showing, or as some people like to put it, the old Joshua. I don't really believe it's the old Joshua. I think this is the best Joshua we have yet to see. Of course, you look at the last two opponents, were they the top level? Probably not. But I think the number one, it's never been a question on skills. It's been a mindset. When the going's gotten tough, we've seen Joshua do some things that maybe, doesn't give us much confidence because of his lack of perceived confidence inside that ring or even before the fights. That seems to have been all tightened up. I love it. This is exactly what boxing needs. A guy with this that basically draws as much attention, to the heavyweights. And as you see, Saudi Arabia has invested in the heavyweights. Basically, if you're a top heavyweight, you are in a rumored Saudi Arabia fight. I mean, what's next for him? It's obvious, right? Tyson Fury versus Usyk winner. However, you gotta love the business, right? They have a rematch clause. Who knows how things are gonna go when it comes to that? We already seen it postponed once. So Joshua, could he fight Daniel Dubois? Like Josh mentioned earlier, a rematch with Josh. I'm sorry, with Parker, or could it be something else? Could we still get the Deontay Wilder fight for some reason, or is there something else being cooked up that can arise that maybe Joshua just wants a basically just a fight to keep active once again, to go ahead and maintain his position, to go ahead and give us a fight that I think a lot of fans want to see, especially people of the heavyweights. Congratulations to Anthony Joshua. Thank you for keeping boxing, on top of MMA fighters, to not give us, that gut punch. He took care of business exactly how it should be, pure domination and with a highlight reel knockout.
Absolutely. You kind of begged for that in our last stream, I believe. So, he granted you your wish there, Alex. Yeah, it was a good display. And like I say, we've put things right in terms of those kind of showcase events. I'm just looking over at that card now. Obviously, that was right down on the list because it was all 2 stars on BoxRec. But I guess the main co-feature, or the main undercard fight, would have been Zhang versus Parker. This one had a lot of people split beforehand, I think. I think we were split ourselves, actually, with our predictions. Josie Parker ended up coming through it. I believe he was down once or twice along the way, but he managed to outpoint Zhang on a majority decision. Alex, we'll start with you on this one. You're a Parker fan. You called it. You edged him to win, and he came through, and he might possibly be the in-form heavyweight at the moment, you could say, in his last couple of performances. Go, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, just people forget, Parker's only, 32, 33 years old. He's been basically at the top, fighting at the top level, or fighting, near the top for the last like 10 years. I think he was a champion around 23, 24 years old. Yeah, man, I'm so happy that, he got to show that, you can get knocked down, not just once, but twice, and still want to fight. A lot of times when you're discussing boxing with people that are even watching the sport on a consistent basis, they make such an emphasis on power. It was obvious. Big bang, jank, and punch. How do we know? Well, look at this fight. I mean, he dropped Parker down twice. Parker was able to recover, but he shows you skills pay the bills. Top level skill will beat top level power, and that's what we saw in this. I didn't get to watch the whole fight. Actually, this fight was the only one I kind of watched from the second half. I was driving, but yeah, man, just Parker. He just, I was a little confused at first why he was staying right there in front of him, but he was showing that because he was using his quickness, his IQ, and his just basically his ability to go ahead and outpoint Zhang. Zhang is 40 years old, and I think he showed it, being 290 pounds at that age. This is probably what he's able to do against a top level opponent. He's always going to have, something that I think people love to say, a puncher's chance. And he's shown you he's still dangerous, whether you outpoint him or not. Just he wasn't able to close the deal that day. And, they said there's a rematch clause. So will that be activated? Will Zhang, maybe there's another opportunity? I know the big thing being set up was a fight in China. Could that still happen? Could he just try to find the right name to go ahead and lead to that China fight? It probably won't be the same hype just because he did lose. But some people believe there may be a little controversy, which I totally disagree. I think Joseph Parker, just especially like I said, that back half, he basically only lost the rounds that he got knocked down, from what I'm hearing as well in the front half. So, Parker showing you skills pay the bills, something I love to say, and that's just a perfect example. I think he deserves. I mean, I'm gonna throw his name out there again: Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua. I mean, I think Dubois has earned that right. He could have been the unified champion of the world if it was a different referee, right? So he deserves to have his name. People doubted that he was a tough guy because he got his face fucking broken by Joe Joyce, who we saw this weekend. But Joe Joyce is a wrecking ball, so he's the guy that beat Parker, Joe Joyce. So yeah, man, heavyweight, exciting. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Parker, for making that a memorable card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of weird how things kind of come full circle. Like Parker could be in with a shot against AJ again because he's kind of climbed that ladder. AJ's kind of in a bit of limbo at the moment. He's kind of fought everyone apart from the two top guys. Fury, and he's kind of waiting on Fury really. Obviously, he'd like another crack at Usyk probably, but we've seen that twice. I think AJ's in a bit of a no man's land at the moment, and then there's a lot of fights below there that can be made. We'll get on to Joyce as well because you just mentioned him. He fought last night. There's several matches that he could obviously take on again as well. We'll come on to that. A quick shout out to a few people that I can see in the chat which has got going, which is great to see you all. Boz is here as usual. Good to see you again, Boz. Beagle's in the chat, Rodolfo Rivera, and Bruce Gas and Jazz is also with us. Great to see you all. And Josh, did you actually catch any of that, either live or replay, the Zhang Parker match? Give us your thoughts on that one before we move on.
Oh, yeah, I was able to catch the entire card. Now, like Alex, I was driving, just so happens, during the Parker-Zhang fight. But I think that going into it, I, like probably many, have taken that Parker stoppage loss to Joe Joyce as anytime he's in there with someone who could punch, hey, he might get stopped or whatever for some reason. But I think Parker has firmly stamped his name amongst the top heavyweights of this era of heavyweights, and he must and will continue to be mentioned amongst them. And you can see the growth, as Alex mentioned there, his age. You would think that he's been around, or you would think that he's older, given that he's been around for seemingly such a long period, but he's still right, ready to go. Seems to be in his prime, and he's one of those guys who I think is going to be a tough outing for any heavyweight. And he showed that regardless of the situation, he's game to fight. Doesn't matter who it is, and he can pull it off. I like the work that has been done under Andy Lee, something I've mentioned in the past. I think this has really opened him up and helped to push his career further. So I want to see Parker get more of that shine because he has always been one of these guys that never shied away from any competition, and all he does is get the job done when his back's against the wall. As for Jang, this was a major opportunity for him, and he came in at 291 pounds. He looked to be in shape, but I'm guessing that 291 wasn't quite what it seemed on the surface. And I think that kind of was a major blow as far as Jang because he wasn't able to do a ton in the contest and put forth a lethargic performance from an offensive output standpoint, despite getting the two knockdowns he had against Parker. And from all of the discussions and readings I've seen online and here in person, many felt that Jang just did not do enough in this contest to come away with the victory. So, despite there seemingly being some controversy, there seemingly wasn't much, to be honest, because of the fact that Parker just outworked him and showed grit when getting up from those knockdowns. So I like to see both of them back out here. I do want to see a major fight in China. I think that could be something huge and new and an experience to be a part of. So hopefully we get that with Jang and someone. As for Parker, hey, I like the Daniel Dubois fight that Alex mentioned. Both of them similar kind of situation. Joe Joyce took them both out. With that being said, they've bounced back from that. So why not settle the score there? So I'm for that. But yeah, great fight for sure. Or a great win, rather, for Joseph Parker. And I want to continue to see more of him against pretty much any heavyweight.
Yeah. Okay. Just like I was alluding to, there's so many different matchups that could be made. We saw Joyce last night, and again, we'll come on to him. So, he's in the running for maybe a fight against Parker again, see if he can revenge that loss. Dubois probably wants another shot at Joyce. Possibly, I don't know why, but he's kind of got some momentum as well. There's like Zhang and Joyce probably. No, not Zhang and Joyce. That's just been done. But there's lots of options out there. So yeah, always good to keep an eye on the heavyweight scene. We'll talk about those some more as time progresses. I think we'll move on from that card. We spent a bit of time there just talking about those two main events. Let's move on to this weekend. So last night there was the card over in America. We'll start there. William Zepeda, I guess he kind of just battered Maxi Hughes. Bit of a relentless one. I've not seen it. I've not seen any highlights. I've just seen what I've seen on social media. Alex, give us the lowdown. What happened and what next for Zepeda? People are getting excited for him.
Yeah, no, I think definitely that was a beatdown. I got to give it to Maxi. That first round, he definitely won. That jab was pumping out. He was standing his ground. Zepeda was keeping his hands in his pocket a little bit. He was, Maxi was accurate. It was a great first round. One round don't win the fight. Once Zepeda said it was my turn, I think I've mentioned this before. It's like playing 21 one-on-one basketball. Make it take it. Once Zepeda got the block, he never gave it back. Beat Maxi down. Maxi Hughes is a terrific fighter, I think. Very smart, very cagey. But it was just a bad style matchup. If you're going to stand there in front of William Zepeda, he's going to let off 80 punches or more. And if you are in conditions, if you can't give him something to think about, he's gonna let it go and he's gonna land a lot. So shout out Cepeda. He did what was expected. He's probably not going to get a lot of credit because if you look at Maxie Hughes' record, it's not the most shiniest. It's not a guy with knockouts, not a guy with titles, but it was on his path to becoming champion, and he's there. He's number one, I believe, now in 3 sanctioning bodies: WBC. This was a WBA and IBF double eliminator. So IBF, Lomachenko versus Kambosos, their top rank. And then WBA is Gervonta Tank Davis. He's on the PBC. And WBC is Top Rank. Business, baby. What will happen? Unclear. If you ask me personally, I think they're going to keep him busy, probably have him do a quick turnaround until some, pieces get, positioned more. So I would expect Cepeda to get a quick, turnaround, 3-4 months. Personally, also the matchup I'd like to see, of course, is Shakur Stevenson. That style will be interesting with Shakur's defense. We're going to see how good Cepeda really is because we just really seen, this guy, he's basically kind of like a buzzsaw, a dude out there, like the pace. The pace is insane. You just don't see that. And he's been fighting southpaws like crazy. I mean, back to back to back to back. That's something you don't really see either. So there's some type of belief. They're obviously, working on southpaws for a reason. Is it Shakur? Probably not. They say it. Sure, it's easy to say. I can tell you, that I've killed 1,000 men in my life, and I, did this and did that. It doesn't make it true, right? We got to, they've had an opportunity to face him before. For an eliminator, and they chose not to. They told him, because it's going to be worth more. Well, you're right. It is going to be worth more for that loss. Yeah, I got Shakur beating Cepeda most definitely. But I think really they're going to try to see if they can force their way for the Kambosos Lomachenko winner. Lomachenko is aging. He's definitely towards the back end. Kambosos, obviously stylistically, doesn't have the movement, the footwork to keep Cepeda out of him. So that's their best chance to win a title and then try to see what they can do from there. But yeah, they keep saying Shakur. So let's see if it really is Shakur.
Man, that'd be good. I know a lot of people would like that. I keep screaming about the lightweight, super lightweight divisions. So many fights can be made there. I mean, you got Gervonta Davis, Stevenson, Lomachenko, Frank Martin's there, Williams, Cepeda, Keyshawn Davis coming up, Raymond Muratalla, he's good. And then that's just the lightweights. In super lightweights, you got Haney, Teofimo, Subres Matias as well. He's right up there. Arnold Barbosa Jr., another one. All of these, really exciting fighters. Lots of matches to be made, but as you just mentioned, the business of the boxing business and the politics and everything. We're pretty limited on what fights are realistic to actually be able to get made. Josh, do you want to have a couple of words on your thoughts of Cepeda?
So exciting fighter, and I thought it showed in this fight. I subscribe to the thought that Shakur Stevenson would be able to beat him, but that being said, he'd make it tough. At least he'd give an effort to make it tough. He would give full effort and he'd throw a ton of punches, but I just think getting to Shakur would be a tough proposition. Aside from that, man, sign me up for William Cepeda anytime he's fighting because he's someone I want to see. And for guys like him, or at least given his fighting style, he may not wow you with the finesse and all of that, but I think we've seen comparables in the past who have that fighting style where they apply that much pressure, and those guys are going to be good as long as they're in their prime. Man, they're just tough outings to deal with in general. So I want to see more of Cepeda. I want to see him test himself, and I have no doubt that he'd be down to get in there with the top guys. And hopefully we get some of that to happen because 135 just seems to always have a lot of good, solid competition. But we may get one-offs, two-offs in terms of that competition actually facing off with each other. And that's been kind of one of the bummers related to 135 Heroes for the last number of years, is just that there are some fights we have missed out on where guys ultimately had to move up due to weight issues, things of that nature. But hopefully we can see Cepeda get in there with someone. I was chatting with Rodolfo Flat Boxing here yesterday. As a matter of fact, we were looking at potential scenarios, and like Alex mentioned there, yeah, it's hard to say who'll end up fighting next. One fight that we all agreed that we'd be cool with seeing, I don't know how doable it is, but supposedly Emmanuel Navarrete is going to be moving up to 130. Could you imagine Navarrete, or 135? So could you imagine Navarrete versus Cepeda? That seems like that would be something that is fan friendly, exciting, and has the makings of a memorable type of fight. So I'd definitely be down for that. But with him moving up in weight, of course, no belt will be available. So I understand the dynamic in that sense as well. So hopefully we get something. Hopefully we get something special or something big for Cepeda here in the coming year, because I definitely want to see more of him.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely one to keep an eye out on, and that division as a whole as such. Okay, we are going to get to our scoring very soon. We've got one more event to cover, which was last night over in Birmingham in the UK. Before we do so, there are some instructions on your screen. There's instructions in the video description as well with how you can join in our scoring for our watch along that's coming up very, very soon. Just follow the instructions. You can score the fight with us and be in our scoring group. You'll see your scores on the screens. We'll be able to see how our scores compare to yours. And it makes the whole thing a bit more fun and interactive if you do join in that way. So yeah, make sure you're registered at fightscore.com/register. Once you are registered, go to the group section. You can join a group using the code, and then you'll be in our scoring group. You'll be able to access that in the group section. There will be one called livestreams. That's our whole scoring group. You only need to do that once. So if you've done that before, you don't need to do it again. You're always in that group. And then once you go into that page, you'll see all of our scores at the top when we start scoring the fight. So yeah, make sure you do that in the next couple of minutes before we get to the fight. Okay, let's finish up these recaps. Alex, I know that you watched the whole event last night, or yesterday afternoon maybe, over there for you in the States. It was quite a stacked card, the Magnificent Seven, even though there were 8 fights on, I believe. It seems to be a theme that they've picked up, though, this Magnificent Seven thing. I think this has been the third one they've done. A Frank Warren card in Birmingham, UK. It was headlined by Heaney versus Pauls. We'll come on to that in a minute, but I think because we've already discussed Joe Joyce previously, let's just start with Joe Joyce. It was his comeback fight after his 2 losses to Zhang back-to-back. He was in against Cash Ali. He was infamous for biting someone. I can't remember who it was. David Price, several years back. That's about his achievement in the sport, I think. Anyway, Joe Joyce was in there, laboured to a very, very late, probably gifted stoppage, in my opinion. Give us your thoughts and assessments on the comeback of the Juggernaut, please, Alex.
The Juggernaut is back. I gotta say he looked the same, except that he now for sure looks 38 years old. You know, beforehand, you know, a lot of people were just saying he was this unstoppable force, 5-10 times the bone density of any human being, you know, breaks people's eyes with jabs. And like I said, man, it's just you finally see the age, probably from those 2 knockouts, right? I mean, that's the way he was knocked out in both those fights. You know, one was kind of a slow beating, and then the other one was a 1-punch knockout, and he was out. Didn't have a problem with taking any punches yesterday. And he is, man, he's always been slow, but my Lord. I mean, I could have went to the refrigerator, opened up a beer, took a a little drink, and came back, sat down, and the punch was still in the air. Listen, he's a name. Everyone knows Joe Joyce if you watch heavyweight boxing, you know, consistently. You know, so his name is going to remain, you know, in discussion because just because I think I don't know why. I think just because he's been in some, like you said, he beat Joe Parker, he beat Daniel Dubois. We're not too far away from that. That's within 3 years, maybe 3-4 years. Those Zhang fights, I was pumped for it. I knew somebody was going to hit the canvas, and that's what happened, right? I mean, stopped and knocked out. So right now, what do you do if you're Frank Warren? Is he going to beat these top guys? It's going to be tough. So do you just go and make the Dubois fight again? Dubois, he's going to be behind Joe Parker right now, so I think that fight probably makes most sense. Let Dubois gain more confidence and get his get back. He gets one get back. Now you're like, well, we want that Usyk get back. Win or lose or whatever. Or we want to. He beat Joe. He, like I said, he got that get back. So now he's ready to take on Anthony Joshua, who's waiting on the winner. This is going to be the true winner. Anthony Joshua, the former unified champ, versus the guy that should have been unified champion. This should have been the undisputed fight. So there's a couple of different angles. So yeah, I think Joe Joyce is basically just going to be on a platter, and it's up to him to show exactly how much he has left. Didn't see anything to make me think that he's going to be a wrecking force again or seen as the same way. Cash Ali was the perfect opponent, king of the 4-6 rounder. Was coming off a loss of a 6-rounder. Yeah. I actually know someone that put down $1,000 on Cash Ali, and I was said, man, I was trying to be respectful, and I'm gonna remain that way. I'm just gonna repeat what I typed. That is quite some confidence in Cash Ali when the going got tough last time. He bit David Price, and he bit him multiple times. So yeah, Joe Joyce, food.
Okay, yeah, it was a bit of, like I say, a laboured performance. I think every single time I watch Joyce, it's always kind of been the same, and a lot of people say, "Oh, he comes forward, he's relentless," but like he does it in slow motion. The biggest surprise for me is his success in the amateur code, because you'd think that it's more tailored for boxers rather than that marauding forward puncher type of people. And yeah, he was really successful in the amateurs. So yeah, I actually did a tweet last night saying that pretty much that I was surprised how he managed to get a silver medal in the Olympics. But yeah, I think the stoppage was kind of probably could have continued really and saw the final bell. Ali was actually landing his right hand over the top quite frequently, and Joyce was doing what Joyce normally does and taking it in the face and carrying on. So obviously you still take a shot from some heavyweights, but maybe not the bigger boys. But yeah, I guess it's just a comeback fight for him. Like I say, a long way to go to get right back up there, and we'll just have to see what's next. I actually really like Joe Joyce. He seems like a really nice guy when he talks. So I hope that he can be in some more fights along the way for our entertainment, if nothing else. Okay, let's quickly move along. Liam Davis got a spectacular stoppage over Eric Ayala. Second round, I think it was in. Beautiful uppercut. I think it should have been stopped there and then. I don't know why the referee let it continue. But yeah, that was a great shot. I think he's on a good little run of stoppage wins. I think Liam Davis. Alex, again, your verdict on this one. I know you watched this one as well.
Yeah. I think the last Liam Davies fight I remember was Jason Cunningham, and that was a first rounder. So, Liam Davies, I watch him on tape, and you see the quality, and you see, of course, there's opportunity. When he reaches a certain level, he's gonna have to really make some changes to go ahead and keep on winning. But man, the way they're building him, Jason Cunningham. I remember he fought Tete, I think Zolani Tete, I think that's his name. I might be butchering it. Yeah, and there was another fight he had. Jason Cunningham was battle tested, knocked him out. Robles just had a great fight against Lee McGregor. Is Lee McGregor this great guy? No, but Lee McGregor was a guy that had push, guy that there was a certain belief that he can be really great domestically, or at least in Europe. And Robles was able to pull that victory out. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but just speaking with some of my contemporaries, just watching tape, I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be Liam Davies early and Robles late. And Liam Davies must have heard that and said, no, just early, Papa. That's it, early. Beautiful shot. And yeah, I think they could have stopped it, but I think Robles has shown he's a tough dude. So the referee gave him an opportunity. You know, I'd rather see a fight cut short rather than late. But you know, he gave him an opportunity, and you know, we already knew what was going to happen once he got up. You know, so fight was, you know, they waved it off. Shout out Liam Davies, put him in there with a big, you know, put him in there. 122 is heating up, bro. We got Luis Neri, Inoue. Sam Goodman just had a little tune-up, you know, knockout. Oh man, I'm so sorry for everyone else I'm forgetting. You still got MJ, right? You know, maybe he can get a Tapales fight. Who knows, right? Tapales is just unified champion, undisputed. That's something that just came to mind. So why not?
Stephen Fulton.
I think Fulton's going to move up. There's even some talk. I don't know how real it is. Him jumping up 2 weight classes, 130. Yeah. You know, of course, you know how it is in the Twitter universe. Sometimes people just suggest something and it catches wildfire. But, I mean, that guy, you know, Stephen Fulton, real quick, you know, probably walks around like 150 pounds. So I wouldn't doubt it. But anyway, yeah, Liam Davies, that's a name. If you don't watch, you know, UK boxing, especially the people say don't watch the little guys, well, watch that knockout. That's something to look out for, and that's somebody that deserves to get, you know, to be mentioned because he's putting on exciting fights. If you watch, I think Baluta, I think one of the dudes' name, terrific fight. Like I said, first round knockout, second round knockout. Guys, you always say, you know, just in general, the fans that say they want to see exciting fights. Is this guy gonna be swift and pretty? No, but he's gonna come in there. He's gonna want to fight, and it's either kill or be killed. And right now, he's killing. Shout out Liam Davies. I think IBO champion now.
Yeah, that was right. IBO championship last night. Vacant, important. Okay, let's move on. There's, you know what? I think we need to wrap things up quickly. So we'll just say Zach Parker got a bit of a laboured victory. He should have looked better than he did. Probably. I think he might have got a foot injury, they were saying at the end, the commentators, if I remember rightly. I think he had an ankle, went over on his ankle or something like that, but he's still out the fight. Dennis McCann looked quite good against Brad Strand early on, but he couldn't get that stoppage, and then he just got a clear decision.
Shout out Brad Strand. Tough, because McCann was putting it on him.
Nose.
Did he? No, man.
It looked like it. It looked bad.
Yeah, because he was bleeding like crazy. Yeah, I thought McCann was gonna probably maybe stop him. Like 7th round, I was like, yo, they might. The corner might say, fuck it. Strand bit down, beautiful counters. Great fight, great card.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Besides that Zach Parker fight and the Joe Joyce, that was cool.
Yeah. Okay. Pistol Warrior looked good as well early on. We're going to skip. The main event, it was Heaney versus Brad Pauls. Very good fight, entertaining. Good start for Heaney. It took Pauls a while to get into the fight, didn't it? And then it came on really well late on. Had Heaney in all sorts of trouble in the later rounds. Very good fight. It was a draw in the end. Need to run it back, definitely. Very entertaining. If you just want to wrap this one up quickly, Alex, with this one, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, man. Heaney got on my map because of the Denzel Bentley fight. You know, Bentley. So that's the thing, right? When you watch this fight, Pauls, decent quality. You know, one thing I noticed watching Pauls is that he seemed to have a lot of confidence in himself and was willing to take a shot to land a shot. And with Heaney, he stands there a little too long after letting his shots go. Very hittable once he lets off combinations, but he's very good with his straight punches. And I think that was the tail of this fight a bit. So Heaney, you know, is he, you know, a guy to really watch? I don't think a lot of people like watching this style. I enjoy it personally. I think, you know, he makes exciting fights if you're engaging with him. If you're worried about being in his punches, it's going to be a bore fest probably. This is 160 pounds, wide open division. So who knows what the whole future holds. But yeah, if they run it back, I think Heaney's probably going to win it. They're going to maybe make sure things are a little more in his favor, as they kind of were with the mouthpiece coming out. And once it comes out, they stop the fight. You know, a little fumbling, you know.
Gotta wash it. Gotta give it a rinse.
Oh, my God. I was going crazy. That was annoying. You know, 8-side shit. But like you said, let's wrap it up. Shout out to Heaney. Both those guys showed they were warriors. And that's what a lot of you guys say you want to see, but yet you guys don't fucking watch. You got to watch, man. If you truly like boxing, you know, maybe you missed this card, but make sure you watch the next one. Magnificent Seven. Thank you for putting on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Right, let's move things along. As the Jack artist who has stopped by, thank you for stopping by. He said, "Let's get this party started," and it is time to indeed party by watching some boxing, along with us, the knowledgeable scorers. Well, sometimes. Let's see how we go with this one. Alex, give us the introduction to this week's card, which should be very exciting. Not card, the fight.
All right. We got Julio Cesar Chavez versus Meldrick Taylor. Let's start with, I guess, the B side, at least on the graphic in the fight they announced in last. Meldrick the Kid Taylor, 23 years old, 5'7.5", 66-inch reach, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 1984 gold medalist at the Olympics in Los Angeles at featherweight. Current IBF light welterweight champion, coming in at 24-0, 1 draw, 14 stoppages. And then the great Julio Cesar Chavez, 27 years old, 5'7.5" as well, 66.5 injury, from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. 4-time champion, 3 different weight classes. Current WBC super lightweight champion, 68-0 with 56 knockouts. I think they changed that record to 1 loss from earlier now, but whatever.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Okay, I think this video is like really long, so I might have to skip way ahead.
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit! We'll move it forward.
Okay. Oh man, look at these features. Look at that. Look at this. Such quality. Damn, 25 minutes in.
Yeah, the whole highlight reel.
Here we go. Richard Steele in the house.
Richard.
Him, right? Why is Richard Steele famous? Watch the fight.
Oh, Richard Steele. Let's get it.
One of the best referees to ever do it too, man.
Yeah.
Except for possibly how are we gonna interpret this? This is why you gotta watch the fights. It's easy to watch 5 seconds, 20 seconds, 3 minutes, but watch the fight. I've never seen this fight from beginning to end.
I'm trying to get some commentary, but there we go.
As a resident official, they say I'd rather stop 1,000 fights too early than 1 fight too late.
There you go.
Let's see what comes into play.
Jesus Christ, man. How long are they going to bounce for?
All
right, here we go.
We're in, boys. We got to fight.
This is a 34-year anniversary. Man, my energy changed once this fight started down.
34 years. Wow.
Yeah, 34 years today, to the day.
All right. Never seen Meldrick Taylor fight besides, like I said, the end of this fight.
Okay.
Olympian, part of a great Olympic class. 1984. I mean, talking about Tyrell Biggs, Mark Breland, Pernell Whitaker, Evander Holyfield. I mean, these are some of the greatest Olympians, and also the gold medalists. Also, a couple great professionals.
Yeah, highly regarded Olympic class right there. Some argue the greatest.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, one thing's obvious: the quickness. There's a huge gap in speed.
Oh yes.
That left hand is working. We saw Chavez actually, I think 4 years after this fight, we saw him fight against Frankie Randall, and he had trouble with that speed and movement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we covered that in January, not too many streams ago, in fact. That was a great fight.
Nice uppercut and step off by Meldrick. I mean, there was nothing Chavez was gonna do about that. Body shot. You see, Meldrick's trying to work. You see, he's keeping his hands moving to punch and feet.
Well, yeah, certainly.
But we know Chavez. He's patient, and he is gonna look to chop you down. So just like Maxie yesterday, he won that first round. People, I'm sure, were applauding like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be a fight."
Oh yeah.
Quickly turned around.
Pressure bust fights.
Mm-hmm. Just beautiful work from Meldrick, man.
Yep. Crash here. But when Meldrick Taylor's in his bag, I mean, beautiful thing to watch, as you mentioned there, Alex. Great footwork. I mean, fluid with the punches. The jabs working great. Thing of beauty.
Man, he's changing his guard. You know what I'm saying? He's ready. I mean, he is locked in. Nice body shot, man. I feel like I heard that too, and like the volume's low, and I heard that. Yeah, I guess Chavez is downloading data, right?
Downloading data, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever gonna stop saying that same, man. The top rank said it so much with Loma. Good right hand.
I see it often on people saying it on X.
Okay.
For random people when there's not a lot going on.
Good counter right from Chavez to end that round.
Oh yeah. Seemingly a Meldrick Taylor round. Seem to control things for sure.
All right, get your scores in, folks. There is a link in the video description. I can post another link. Got it somewhere. No,
but hey, I needn't sway anyone, but good round.
Yeah, you know, I try not to say because I don't want to sway. I love it when people have different scores. I love it.
Josh, do you still have the link to hand? If you could put it in the chat.
Oh yes, I can drop that in here.
I'm scoring it on my mobile phone today.
Okay, join the team. Okay.
Oh yeah,
team mobile
hop in there, folks. Hop in there.
Oh, T-Mobile as well. Look at us, like twins. Man, I think they showed that Meldrick Taylor landed as many punches as Chavez threw, if I'm not mistaken. Like 33.
Oh, yeah.
Not to sway your scores, of course.
Brianna, thanks for coming by. You are in time for the early rounds of the fight. Get your scores in. Rodolfo Rivera's got given that
nice
first
jab.
round to Taylor. Let us know how you're scoring it. If you're scoring and you're in the chat, that would be great to know.
I'll say this, Chavez isn't that heavy on his feet. You know, that's something, you know, the Mexican style. He moves decently around, you know. He's when he wants to, he's, you know, staying near Taylor. But you can see Taylor has very fast, good feet.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to give Chavez credit there. Very efficient with his
nice right.
He stepped in that right beautifully after the jab.
Solid. And just given the stylistic nature, of course, Meldrick Taylor is burning more energy as he's bouncing around.
Gosh, man, this time difference, I'm starving right now.
Oh man, you had an extra hour to eat. What's wrong with you?
Man, used it to clean. Silly.
Nice stuff from both of them.
Yeah, I think Chavez is doing a lot better slipping. You know, the volume is not as much from Taylor. Those counter rights from Chavez may have, you know, put a halt to all that volume. See, it goes again. Nice touching right hand. You see, Chavez giving him a lot of looks. I mean, he's been able to slip the jab when he wants. You know, he's ducking. You know, coming with different counters. See there with the 3-2. Then comes, you know, with an overhand right afterwards. He's definitely making, you know, Taylor think about some things. Now Taylor's downloading.
Oh, yeah. Chavez working behind that jab, so what you like to see.
A bit of a low shot from Taylor on the hip. Nice hook from Chavez. Look, see, he's following up with that overhand right after he throws a straight right.
Oh, that's nice.
And that right is landing with authority, I must say.
You seen it about 20 seconds earlier, man. He kind of fainted with it just to see exactly where Taylor would go. And Taylor just kind of kept kind of cross a little bit, so he knew he can land it. Good work from Chavez that round. Not to sway anybody.
Oh,
Sway.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. I'm sure Boz will disagree.
10-10.
So far, neither guy seems to have been really hurt by much, though I do think when that right hand lands from Chavez, whether that's over the top or straight right, that is the seemingly stronger punch thus far between the two.
Right hand, right
A
under
nice
here.
left hook
Took a
right
left
there
hook
on the
in
replay
return.
from Meldrick. Yeah, that was a nice
Been
left
so
hook for
fast, I
sure,
ain't
though.
see it.
Make you all dizzy. Oh, slip.
Oh. Like slow down and sped up on me there.
Oh yeah.
Is it cleared up?
That's a tiny bit choppy.
Just a hinge.
Nice left hook again from Taylor. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Please take that opportunity if you in between rounds, hit that like button. I'll remind you in 2 minutes.
Like, and if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so.
Lastly, a new request. After we do finish scoring the fight, if you could comment in the video description, just on the video, leave your comments of how you scored it. That'd really help as well. We need to get some comments going on these videos.
Oh yes.
Meldrick's definitely staying in the kitchen a lot more this time, not moving as much. So he would definitely feel that's favoring Chavez, but Meldrick's doing his thing, I don't think anyone's really landed too much cleanly. I mentioned the left hook earlier from Meldrick, but you see there kind of a glancing blow, near the back of the head from Chavez.
The surprise to me, Ray, so far is that Taylor has been landing many more body blows than Chavez.
And so far, the referee, Richard Steele, hasn't had to interfere much in things. They are boxing pretty cleanly through these first 3 rounds.
Yeah, no. There you go. Meldrick speed. Ooh, a nice right hand from Chavez.
Oh, yes.
He gets really good leverage on that straight right, huh?
Indeed. And as you mentioned, Taylor is kind of fighting in the pocket a bit more now.
With the clean flat top.
Fresh. And you would think Chavez's wheelhouse, but Taylor is having some success given the speed, but most certainly you think in the long run, this is the wheelhouse of Chavez there on the inside, chopping it up.
Interesting round.
Very much.
Tough one, that. Very tough.
Come on, you gotta write it down like you're a real judge. Come on, write it down.
Letterman's got it 3-0 to Taylor.
I can't understand why Julio Cesar Chavez doesn't take a step to the right because Meldrick Taylor goes to the left all the time and Chavez doesn't cut the right.
Oh, really?
3-0. Oh. Interesting there.
So this fight, I forgot to mention, is in the Hilton Hotels, Las Vegas. It was titled Thunder and Lightning.
Okay.
Seems to be pretty aptly named. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Both fighters are in the third defense of their titles.
Ooh.
He stayed disciplined, and Chavez, it seems to me, Ray, is the one who has gone away from what his strength has been. And that's the body attack. In fact, it's very impressive with Meldrick Taylor thus far. He's been boxing, he's been moving in and out. And every so
I mean, Meldrick has, fought on the back foot, pressed forward a bit, stood in the pocket. He's given Chavez every look he has, trying to keep him guessing. But Chavez, like you said, we said it before, he's very patient. You're not going to force him to work different, at a different pace than what he wants to. If he wants to take his time, he's going to take his time. If he wants to press it, we've seen him press it. Has yet to press it in this fight, though, however. Is it the speed?
Oh, yes.
And skills. I think Meldrick's showing you, he has skills.
Certainly.
Meldrick's definitely not moving his upper body as much as his feet. You see he's starting to get caught with those rights, jabs. He didn't really see those first 3 rounds. Nice uppercuts from Chavez.
Yeah, and despite such, nothing seems to really back Chavez up. Even when Taylor gets off those combinations, Chavez is strong-willed and continues moving forward. That has to play on the mind, I would think.
As long as he's moving, Jim, he won this fight. Fine fashion. Now get out. Solid left hand by Taylor, and he moves back out.
Man, just like I said, the speed. You're not even sure how clean those punches land because they're just zipping out so fast.
Oh, yeah.
See, there goes that hook. Just nice, quick hook.
Yeah.
Back to the jab. And you see he's pushing off with his elbow just like Chavez does when they're on the inside.
Oh, yeah. The volume is definitely on Taylor's side.
Mm-hmm. Taylor seems to want to get his work off and then step around. As he stays in the pocket as soon as I say that.
Oh, it's a nice left.
When Chavez is able to get some of those occasional hooks out, they do land pretty clean.
Exchange punches there at the end.
So is the end of round 4 already?
Wow, we have a Liverpool-Manchester United classic, 3-3 in extra time. It's 2-2 at the end of the full time.
Huh? Really? It's 2-1 last I saw. All right, we'll get our scores in. We'll do a pause. Okay. Uh-oh. Alex, your card's broken for some reason.
I think I know why.
It seems to have... Oh, hang on. I need to pause. Seems to have a 0-0 first round somehow.
Oh, that's a new one right there.
Ah, I see here. Yeah, all right, I'll just do another one real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. How did that happen?
Because I started on my desktop and then I went and continued it from my phone. Like a jackass.
Okay.
Good to go.
Yeah,
it does
man,
sound
interesting fight so far. I would
sound
say.
like a bug, though.
Hey,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to do it that way, but it is what it is. Interesting fight. When people talk about this fight, it's described as a bit one-sided until the end, and I'm just not seeing that so far. Now there is only 4 rounds, But I think you're seeing quality from both. Obviously, what's his name? Taylor, the faster guy, the guy showing, that he can fight different ways. And then you got Chavez, who's just staying within himself and, doing what he does best, which is, once again, remaining. My God, there's a lot of J's here. Remaining patient. And,
No, I'm with you
landing nice, solid, one-shotters.
Yeah, I'm with you there for sure. I think that Taylor is winning. He's getting the edge in the majority of these rounds. So as you mentioned, only 4 in. That being said, no one's really dominating at this point because Chavez, he is slipping in some good hard punches, though not at the volume of Taylor. And a question that could be asked is that volume doing more damage than just what Chavez brings to the table, being one of the more grittier fighters?
Yeah. Okay. Alex, I can see that you're importing your scores there. I know it takes a little bit of time between rounds for the thing to disappear. So you'll be with us in a second. And then we'll get the combined scores going, I think. See, Boz is still scoring. He's been a bit quiet in the chat, but he's scoring along.
He's concentrating.
He's
All right, there, boss.
Rodolfo did start scoring, but he scored the first round anyway. Okay. Let's see what we can do. This page needs reloading.
There we go. Okay.
Let's not do that. Let's just see. Okay, we've all got the same scores. It just took me a second to realize that. Boss has it 4-0 to Taylor, and then the three of us have it 39-37. I think for some reason this ain't working, which is great.
Interesting.
Combined scorecards working. Excellent. So collectively then, we've got it. It looks like it's going to be 3-1 as well. Taylor for the first round, Chavez for the second round, and then Taylor for the third and fourth. Pretty close rounds. Well, the first round was a clear one for Taylor, and the others are fairly close. 3 rounds to 1, 56.44 to 43.56% in terms of winning margin. So, yeah, pretty close. That last round, more active. That's how I saw it as well. Let's continue. And then we will take a close look at the cards again after round 8.
Very interesting. It's one of those that, certainly going to be one for the judges to really think and view in the right manner. Just given the volume, is going to lie with Taylor, one would think, for the duration at least. But snapping shots coming from Chavez, so what's the preference?
Yeah, man, that left hand, I think, of Taylor, very active already in the beginning of this round. I mean, jabs, hooks, up and down. Definitely look a nice one to the body. I like to see how that affects the rest of the fight, because that is quite impressive, the work he's already done in this round alone.
I like that Taylor is using that uppercut on the inside. I mean, that's what guys should do when you have one leaning forward.
This seems just like the totally wrong fight for Chavez, doesn't it? Thinking back to that Randall fight that we covered, he was he was just at that couple of steps back, wasn't he? And that's when he seemed to find the target. He seemed to be able to time things nicely, but here he just seems to be happy just to be shoulder to shoulder, fighting on the inside. But he's not got enough volume to be winning these.
Oof, nice right hand.
Nice shot like that. That's good, but
nice right and roll. But like you said, it's just the lack of coming from him.
Yeah. And Taylor, he's in there ripping those shots. They're fast with those combos.
Super fast, like Jesus Lord fast.
Oh my goodness. Nice left from Chavez there.
Sometimes he's slapping that left hook, Taylor, but it's just like I said, going up and down, just giving, you can tell Chavez is having trouble understanding what's coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, Meldrick Taylor's winning the inside and outside game.
Oh,
I mean, look at that. Nice touching
nice
shots,
flurry.
but he landed all of those.
Mm. Oh, that's a big uppercut.
Nice short right uppercut, man.
Oh, it's so fast.
Thing is Chavez is landing clean every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while. So, how's that going to affect, the fight? Can Chavez show that granite chin that he's known for and just continue to just, break him down slowly?
And the question I would think on the trainer side of the house is, even though Meldrick Taylor is having a lot of success on the inside right now, do you prefer him on the outside where he has shown he can keep Chavez at bay a bit more?
My YouTube chat's not loading. What the heck? There's no one talking.
Oh, yeah. Maybe no one said anything.
Yeah, maybe everyone's engrossed in the fight.
They're like, this is a classic.
I need to be focused, zoned in. But yeah, guys, please take this opportunity to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Maybe after the video, maybe there's something that you felt that we didn't touch, or something that you feel needs to be connected to this fight, something that happened in a specific round or overall. Leave the comment. Appreciate you guys.
Oh yes, we do. We appreciate you.
I think obviously with Taylor's skills, you would think definitely on the outside, just pick him apart. But maybe he's trying to make a point, like, I can beat you at your own game. I'm better than you. I'm the best at 140 pounds, and I'm gonna show you every aspect. But I think he should mix it up a bit more. You can still show you're better on the inside while also that nice body shot. I mean, he ripped that to Chavez's body.
Yeah,
granite chin, man, granite body too. Shit.
Yeah, some of it's shades of. I was going to add some of it's shades of Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran in the first fight, where Leonard chose to really mix it up with Duran.
Yeah, you see, definitely though, Taylor is using his feet more, circling to Chavez's backhand.
Yep.
I guess trying to stay away from that left hook to the liver.
Bouncing around more. Chavez now, trying to get a rhythm going.
And Chavez does have success with the jab when he throws it. I like to see more of it.
He's never faced him on the speed of Meldrick Taylor. The speed has definitely bothered the rhythm of Chavez. Chavez not throwing the type of body shots that
you have to wonder how much energy did that last round take out of Taylor.
Nice jab.
All right. Mixed in a little bolo action.
Yeah, see, I think at this pace, at this distance, it's a lot cleaner fight for Taylor, as you can see. Yeah, it's not the most action-packed, but he's not getting hit as much or as clean. And, I think it's a little more obvious that he's he's winning this round. I
Yeah.
think you can't give it unless Chavez lands, hard 2-3 punches at the end. It's like you say, he keeps sneaking in shots. He's so fast. Yeah, they're not big damaging shots, but he's just been doing it throughout the round, just little by little.
Yeah. All right.
Another round down.
Another pretty solid one from Taylor, as mentioned. And he did switch it up and step back to the outside, as alluded to there. So far, so good.
Like I said, this doesn't really seem like a close fight currently.
Yeah, I'd say definitely the last 2 rounds, Taylor's kind of been, I would say, short of dominant, but definitely, clearly the better fighter last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Those first 4 rounds, I would say, Chavez was still, he was landing those shots, those hard shots, and is he about to start taking over? Well, Taylor said, no, I'm in the driver's seat, and we're going at my speed. We're stopping at what intersections I want to stop at.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a fantastic job. Wow, so everyone has it a shutout, but I think it's us. I really felt that round 3 he countered so well. Or was it round 2? Round 2 or 3? I think it's 3. Here we go. In the back end. Back 9 if you're a golf fan.
This is where attrition starts to kick in, and we see what fighters are really made of.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing around a bit now.
Nice short right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice left hook.
Nice.
So that combo to the body comes with the left hook up top, Taylor did.
Oh, yeah.
You see, he's all up in Chavez's grill trying to see if he can back him up. Chavez is not choosing to take a step back. Short right hand landed by Chavez. You see they have the inside fighting. Yeah, man, these guys are going at it. Chavez is definitely, he said this is go time. Taylor's showing you that he's willing and able. And he, once again, he wants to show he is the better fighter, as thus he's done through 6+ rounds.
Yeah.
I don't feel that confident about that now. The way this fight is unfolding, it appears to me that if there is a knockout, it will be, and I've never said this.
And wise choice for both guys to invest more in the body at this point, which you can see is clearly on their minds.
What are they doing? Like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty grueling stuff, isn't it? It's when they're so close together.
That was a sick
I'll throw 3, you throw 3.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't know who else is at 140, but man, these have to be 2 of the best.
Oh, yeah.
He's not really known to be a big puncher, but here he's hit a lot of leverage behind the left hook of his.
Right, as we approach the last 45 seconds. Ooh, nice left hook right on the button. But Taylor eats it like nothing, man. He said, I had that for breakfast yesterday.
Yeah, and like you said, it's the back and forth is just like no one wants to, or each wants to up the ante anytime the other throws a certain type of shot.
Chavez needed this round to be competitive again. I think if he would have lost,
Nice.
Taylor
right
hurt
up.
me, huh? Oof. But
Yeah,
hey,
answered
Chavez,
back.
pretty decent back, yeah. Taylor's really committing to some of these shots, though. I mean, you can see him. He's leaning forward. I mean, he really is trying to hurt Chavez.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Man, that's like nearly 3 minutes of in a phone booth.
Yeah, I think that was a great round. I think both of them did so well, but I think there's still one clear winner.
Oh, yeah. I'd agree.
He's not doing anything. Okay.
let's watch some Taylor.
That's got to be a miss
Every good Philadelphia fighter I've ever seen.
translation.
Great left
Ain't no way to truly believe that.
and Chavez and Taylor is no exception.
Mm.
Really throw the left.
Good defense.
Oh yeah,
Not
that was
good
that
defense.
nice writing. Yeah.
Chavez's connect percentage was way down to 32%. He only threw 72 punches in the round compared to 103 for Taylor, who connected on nearly half of them. Meldrick isn't just winning the fight.
And I do like the fact that the ref, I kind of alluded to it earlier, he asked for the most part, just let them fight. These guys are kind of controlling where they want to be there in the ring. They spend a lot of time there in the middle, which, hey, that's fans. You get to see a lot of exciting action. Not a lot of time spent on the ropes, which can draw down some fights in some sense. So they're giving us what we want.
But Chavez, I mean, I think he said it's he's definitely building the momentum. Taylor is, but Chavez is showing he's still alive in there. He's still trying, and he's still having enough success to where you still believe, hey, Chavez might be able to take over at some point or win some rounds. Make it interesting.
Oh yes.
Nicely timed. Nicely timed.
Ha. Nice trigger on that uppercut left hook there. He waited for Chavez to throw and knew exactly what he wanted to do, Taylor.
Mhm.
There is swelling around both of Meldrick Taylor's eyes, and a cold compress was applied to what may be a small incipient cut under his left eye between rounds.
Both guys still look pretty fresh as well. They've been landing some good shots, but they're saying Taylor's swelling in both eyes and there might be a small cut. It's crazy because you would think that happened to Chavez with all the punches he's been taking.
Right. Right. He seems to take cuts and bruises pretty well. Takes a lot. Maybe a headbutt to open up something on Chavez.
His hard head, you'll get cut, right? Nice right hand, blasted him. Taylor stands there, man. Taylor, man, he is if anyone thought Taylor wasn't a dog,
Right.
I think just watching this, you got to take that back immediately.
Certainly, yeah. He's standing his ground, no doubt about it.
And if there was any doubt, Ray, as to whether Meldrick Taylor would fall prey to the pressure that you succumbed to in Montreal when you fought Roberto Duran's fight, it's been just the opposite. He is forcing Chavez to fight his fight.
He is far more poised than I was for my fight with Duran back in '80. A lot of concentration here.
Great left hook by
Definitely different pace compared to last round.
Oh,
Oof.
wow.
Certainly.
It's a nice flurry.
Speed's still there.
He's in control, isn't he? Taylor, that is.
And you certainly giving more props to Taylor. Given his style, he has the ability to move if he wants to be on the defensive. If a shot actually hurts him, but he chooses to stay in their pocket and fight fire with fire. So that shows you the mentality right there.
Off around down.
You're standing too straight up. Do it for your family. Give it all your heart.
Damn, already for the family?
For your family.
You gotta put everything you've got. For the love of God, throw everything you've got, Julio.
Okay, that was round 8, wasn't it? So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
You see Taylor with his quicker hands. He beats Chavez
Breezing through.
and to the counter punch.
Okay, let's see if we can do some comparisons. Don't think we can because there's something going wrong here for this. There's always an issue. I thought I'd fix everything. Clearly not. Anyway, Boz is still scoring along with us. That is nice. Let's do comparisons through this way. There you go. Okay, so let's go from round. Well, we can just go from the top actually. See how many you've both agreed on. So this is you on the left, Alex, and Joshua down on the right. It looks like for the first 3 rounds, you're in agreement. Oh, we need that from before, didn't we? We had it 3-1 through 4 rounds. Round 3, you had exactly the same on all the metrics.
Sure.
So we'll go from round 5. Again, you've both given it to Taylor. I think they've all been Taylor rounds, haven't they, since then, pretty much. So that's Taylor, same reason as well. Another exact round, 10, 9, 55, 45, and landed the more effective shots. More volume and snap from Taylor in this round. Good comment. Nice one. So yeah, look at that. 100% scores matching for you two. And 50% on the reasons as well. Pretty good.
Yeah, 2 unanimous matches.
Pretty easy fight to score.
Yeah, I think we're seeing similar things, and I noticed that all of us who are scoring it right now we have the
Pretty
same
much
score.
in agreement. Yeah.
700 punches through 8 rounds. Pace. Wow. He almost doubled them in volume.
Taylor lands a right-hand lead to start the round off. Taylor went straight for Chavez.
Oh, here we go. Pace has picked up.
Taylor, oof. Okay. All right. We see you, Taylor.
Yeah, that group. Yeah, Taylor has some grit to him for sure.
Is it too much grit?
Right. He does not want to back down. He does not want to back up. He does not want to get on his bike.
I think if I'm the trainer, I'm saying, you proved your point. You're better.
Right.
Let's start keeping it from the outside. Make sure that we, contain our energy. Fight at something that what we do, how we do.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like he's on the verge of stopping him. He hasn't wobbled him. Hasn't really, made him step back after a shot. So, let's still make a point. Let's still win clearly, but in a more efficient way for ourselves.
And as you noted, even with the amount of volume, it is Taylor's face that is showing more of the damage. So clearly, when Chavez is landing, it's either hurting him or putting him in a state where
he doesn't need.
You just have to wonder.
Could do without. Yeah.
Much like here.
Chavez is definitely starting to land.
Yeah. Taylor continues to throw regardless.
But not landing like he was before. Chavez is starting to catch those shots, slip them, and he's landing his own. So a little bit of a change this round. And I've noticed Taylor is leaning hard forward. You see him almost fall forward sometimes.
And as you noted, as a trainer, I don't know that this is where you want Taylor at this stage. Given the success he's had, you do want to kind of ease him back a bit. Like, hey, work this from the outside. We only have a few more rounds to go.
Oh, oof. Nice.
You see, definitely Chavez. The speed has slowed down, which allows Chavez to be more efficient with how he's fighting, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's definitely had his best round for a while, but has it been enough to counteract the volume of Taylor? This is tricky. Last 10 seconds.
With the getting involved.
Finally had to step in there. Told him keep him up.
Turned him around there.
Oh, landed up right on the bell. Pretty tough round to score that.
I'm of the opinion that the most telling blows, which is a term sometimes used in the sport, seem to come from Chavez in this particular round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Clean sweep for Lederman.
So this is why people say what they say.
Wow, huh?
Clean
Every
sweep.
round. God damn. Did they hate Chavez or something? Mel's been great. He's been great. This, you would say if he wasn't a star already, this was a star-making performance, especially how he's choosing to fight and still having his success.
Oh yeah.
Oof, nice short right hand.
Shit.
Ooh. Shout out to
See?
Taylor, man. He
Yeah.
got blasted and I mean, he's landing good shots on Chavez. My God.
Gave him a
letting him
spark right
breathe.
there.
Jesus Christ.
Now some of
He's
those are missing. Chavez dipping.
He's going to punch himself
Oh, man.
out.
Yeah, that's a bit of that hard-headedness. He doesn't. He wants to fight fire with fire.
He was beating his ass a little bit there.
Well,
Left hook work.
I've been
Chavez.
digging with those left hooks for sure to the butt.
It doesn't seem like he expends much energy on him and he gets great leverage. I mean, the right hand, too, the chopping right hand. I mean, that's been a theme
Yeah.
for Chavez. Chopping right hand, nice and short. Bam. Puts his leverage into it, and he always is ready to throw the left if he wants.
You know, they say the short punches are the ones that really do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Nice lead right. This is like a couple rounds ago. These guys are working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in the pocket. But I think they're throwing much harder shots this round, aren't they? They're both going for it.
Yeah. They're trying to hurt each other. I think Chavez wants to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor's like, nope.
I can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in one of those middle rounds, Taylor did get back to more boxing, but now it seems that he's fully committed to working his way on the inside there.
Dogging it out. 45 seconds left in this round. My God.
Right.
But it feels longer for them.
Right. You can see Taylor, he was trying to get a little bit of separation, but Chavez isn't having it.
Hey, fair play. Fair play to Chavez still coming forward off.
And for the first time, there's a mild air of danger from Meldrick Taylor. But he still comes back with flurries.
This is turned into an... Oh, Jesus.
Snap.
Ooh, okay. Man. Nobody wants to give an inch. Nobody's giving an inch.
It's a tough round right here.
That is a great round. Or still throwing after the bell.
Right.
Not a 10-10 round. Not a 10-10 round. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you gave a 10-10 round one time after you said just that, didn't you?
No, we don't talk about the past.
Right, before I get my score in, I've realised why the comparison didn't work before. Because I've not fetched our data. So we'll do that now.
This. Nice. Okay, let me copy this.
Yeah, you should see the fucking code behind this shit, man.
No, thank you.
Technical. Anyway, we should be able to do comparisons now. Now that's all in place.
Just beating the fuck out of each other.
Right.
Hey, rock'em sock'em right there for real.
You know what? I think I changed my mind 3 times in that round of who won it.
Right. It had that kind of sway to it. Sure.
Yeah.
Championship rounds, baby.
The actual championship rounds. That's right.
Which is rare and exclusive to great champions.
Another one of those uppercuts from Taylor.
Hey man, we add all these extra metrics into our scoring system, but it still takes no time at all. I got that score in between rounds as well as doing that setup shit. So this system is implementable for scores judges are in the ringside. No
Definitely feel the
complexity.
urgency from Chavez. I'm 100%. And you definitely could tell Taylor's energy is definitely starting to go down, but he's able to uplift it at times. And, I mean, doing great work.
Ooh.
Another nice right uppercut there from Taylor. But you can certainly see that Taylor's fighting with his mouth open.
Ooh, nice
See
right
that?
hand.
God.
Chavez each one a right hand, but no effect.
Yeah, so Taylor's giving us his all, no doubt about it.
I don't know if you missed that, but Chavez left to the body up top, landed clean.
Yep.
And they're both staying in each other's kitchen, man. Oof. Another left from Chavez. See, nice
Good
flurry by
Chavez.
Taylor. Nothing really too clean. Nice right hand, though. Oof.
Yeah, those
Touching right
things,
from Taylor.
man, the way Chavez can take a punch is just like, what do you have to hit this guy with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And man, and Taylor's landed some clean stuff in combo, but yeah, just that iron will, iron chin.
This is relentless, isn't it? Just non-stop.
It is.
Man.
Fight of the year. Fight of the year.
Oh yes.
Which it was named Fight of the Year 1990 by the Ring
It
Magazine.
was. Yeah.
Clearly why, you can see.
Mm-hmm. No, it's been good. It's been tough.
Right now, the 66-0 record, which was such a landmark in the history of the sport, the best in the last 78 years.
Touching shots from Taylor.
Oh,
Oh. Told you, rock 'em, sock 'em, so the head goes boop, boop.
yeah.
What was the one candy we used to have where you put the little
Oh,
things
yeah.
in and pop
There's
the
the
head up?
picture.
There you
There's
go.
the picture. Like,
Pez, yeah.
There's-
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that was really popular when we were kids.
I had to find a picture.
Yeah. All right,
What
cool
What was it?
round.
What was it?
Cool round.
What was it called?
Pez, P-E-Z.
Yeah.
No, not heard of that. Not heard of it.
Oh, that was another close one right there.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
What the heck? Didn't mean to put the slider that much. Final round. I think Chavez definitely needs a knockout, though.
Oh, yeah. Heading
Yeah.
into this round, what are you telling Alex, Jim? What are you telling Meldrick Taylor heading into this round?
Run!
Run away.
What was
Definitely.
the future to 2023 and see what Shakur did for 12 rounds. Do it just as one round.
Look at Chavez, not a blemish on his face.
Man, he's been taking bangers to the.
And Taylor, his eyes both are swollen.
Here we go.
As a desperate and determined Julio Cesar Chavez tries to take out a fading and battered Meldrick Taylor, who
Taylor starting out like he wants to stay on the outside here.
No, working that jab, bouncing on his feet.
Yeah.
You all right?
He's a warrior. Look at he's trying to stay there and trying to apparently pull Chavez out.
All right, now step back. Step back.
He's stepping forward. Like you've got a lot of ring to use there, Taylor.
He might be thinking, this is what's up for 11 rounds. Fuck it, I'll continue.
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't think Chavez had those too many controversial decisions at this moment. The Purnell fight hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm. Randolph later on as well.
Later on. Yeah.
See,
Oh, that's
Taylor,
right. Because they fought twice, right?
Oh yeah.
Random.
But Taylor shouldn't be throwing punches like that and forcing himself to fall on his own at this stage.
Ooh. Oh.
Fought a few times there.
Yeah, I don't think Chavez is tired. The guy said they're both. I don't see Chavez tired.
And I think Taylor certainly game. He's still game, and but man, you have to wonder. But who knows
Nice
what's going through your
bowling.
mind when you're in there?
Ah, man, he looks Chinese in there right now.
Oh my
Oof,
goodness!
nice hard
Right.
right hand.
But Taylor still refuses to back up.
But I think you can kind of see. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I felt like he did kind of look like a little shaky, but I don't know if he was also playing, doing that the first time. May have not.
No, probably not the first shot he took.
Oh.
That's the ego right there kicking in.
Hey, you know what? Though? Fair play. They alluded to it on commentary before. What is he? 66 and all. He's a huge legend. There must have been like so much.
Oof.
Oh, he's rocked him.
And he still lunges forward.
He's battering. Oh,
Down he goes.
Stylistically, just did not know what he was thinking there to continue lunging forward.
Oh man,
even though
he's
hurt.
all shaky. All right. Oh.
Fucking got it off.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. That is stupid controversial.
That was shades of Cash Ali last night.
yo, that was weird, that knockout, right? Like, I mean, he looked like he definitely was fucked when he went down. Then he just shot back up. I was like, what the hell? They said, nah. Wow. That's tough. I didn't feel like he was getting battered. I mean, he was getting, I did say he was getting battered there, but he got up, was shaky.
He was unsteady.
Stabilized. He seemed like he was stabilizing.
Oh yeah.
And he was definitely winning that fight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Darn.
Yeah, that's stupid controversial. I don't.
So that's the controversy.
I thought like maybe Chavez was starting to beat him really down towards the end of the fight. That's why some people said, it's a good stoppage.
Yeah.
Hell nah. Because Chavez was landing his shots, but Taylor was still doing his damn thing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But that certainly wasn't a smart 12th round from Taylor. Of course, hindsight is 50-50, but
man, he's fought a perfect fight, hasn't he? For 12 and a half rounds.
Yeah, that's one you certainly don't want to lose in that fashion. Interesting.
Finally. Finally he showed somewhere from them punches, huh?
But this right here to do that was certainly not smart right here.
Yeah, that rushing
he
in,
just
like
threw caution to the wind fully.
Yeah, and then he got boom right on the chin.
He was definitely fucked up there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like life alert.
His eyes look glazed. I mean, the referee's looked in his eyes and he's just like glazed over. He's still rocking around there.
Yeah, he's seeking a cognitive response from him.
Hey, are you okay? Says nothing.
Right?
Looks to his corner.
Like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Nah, it's a fair stoppage.
Man. Championship, man.
I'm British. We stop it early.
Damn, Meldrick didn't want you to go out like that, but damn.
We've got compassion over here, Alex. Please. Oh, it's just.
Ouch. That sucks to lose like that. Oh, you got to feel for him, man.
Hey, this is good though. These different camera angles and just to really see
it's
what's
pretty
going
good,
on.
huh?
Yeah, you don't get that these days.
1990, baby.
All right, man, it's a controversial one for sure.
They even interviewed the ref. Wow, you definitely don't get that these days. Should we listen to what he says?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Richard, you describe the end of the fight and why you stopped it.
Well, Larry, I stopped it because, Meldrick had took a lot of good shots, a lot of hard shots, and it was time for it to stop. I didn't, I'm not the timekeeper. I don't care about the time. When I see a man that has enough, I'm stopping the fight.
When did you ask him a question? Did you ask him what his name was, where he was, anything to find out whether he could have gone on, which turned out to be another 2 seconds in the fight?
No, I didn't ask him a question. I asked him, was he all right? And I didn't hear him say a thing, but I was looking at his condition mainly. That's what I was interested in.
Given the stakes of the fight, given the tide of the fight, should you have looked back and seen where Chavez was? Should you have given this man in a fight this big a chance to survive?
There's no fight worth a man's life. I don't care what it is or how many I do. When I get tired of seeing the guy getting pound, and I think he had enough, I'm going to stop him.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now back to you, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I am Jim. Huh, good call.
Perfect.
Thank you, Larry. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, I will say Richard was fixated on his eyes. He was looking directly at him.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he did his job. The chat has ignited. The Jack says good fight. It was.
Yeah.
You can still orchestrated robbery, says Buzz. Well. You know what? I quite like that. They got the ref over. Why did you stop it? He gave his answer, and I think that's
a good explanation. Yeah, you can't say like fuck no, like yo, you can see it. Are you okay?
Okay, and he's just looking over.
No response.
Yeah, even if he was looking over his corner, he could have still said to the ref, "Yeah, I'm fine," while looking over his corner. But
we've seen plenty of times a guy get fucking smashed, and he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" He's like,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can go on.
And not to mention, he's holding on to the ropes.
With the Robles, right? Yeah, with Robles. Robles got fucking sat down on his ass and like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah." Get smashed again. You don't look all right to me.
And you remember Joshua versus Ruiz when Joshua got the fight stopped. He was sitting there, similar posture. The referee trying to see if he's good. And he not responded.
Look at Boz scoring that last round. To him, it's not a stoppage.
That's a good point. How many seconds were left? I actually didn't clock the actual time. Was it that?
It looked like it was 4, but the official is 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought it might have been 20 or 30 seconds left, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So
he went down, I think, at 14 seconds.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm seeing some differential on your two scores. So let's see if my adjustments have worked. And we'll go. It's still fucked. It's still fucking not working.
Yeah, no, Boz, because that's not an official. That's not a round to score because it didn't go to the end. It was stopped.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you don't score the round where it gets stopped on. Anywho, let's take a look at your 2 final 4 rounds in this long-winded way instead. Okay. Still giving it the same kind of stuff going in from round 9. Both to Chavez. Both gave round 10 to Taylor. This is the discrepancy. Round 11, you had a difference of opinion. So that one, Alex gave to Chavez and Josh gave the other way. More active, more effective shots.
Yeah, I was close to giving it to Taylor. I was close to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for that one, I think I went to Chavez as well that way. For round 11. Just liked his counter shots, I guess. Yeah, so there you have it. You was pretty in sync in that fight, to be fair. 10 out of 11 matching scores and just the one difference in one round. But yeah, that was a good fight. Very interesting, very fun.
Excellent fight. I'm glad that
Yeah,
we
it
did
was.
it. Man.
Okay, let's see what else is what we've got going on. The round was almost over. No response. So call. Wow.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like he was looking at his corner. So that usually is a sign like, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
well, that's true. That's true.
You should be looking at the referee, letting them know you're ready right now. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I feel for him, but man, it's very interesting. It depends on what side of the fence you're on. If you're on the fence that if a fighter is winning a contest, even if they're hurt and they've taken a ton of damage, if you feel they're up on the cards, regardless of what happens, should you just let them continue?
Yeah.
That's a question people had to ask themselves right there.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, okay. I'm just looking at the time and it's pretty late. I think I'm going to have to wrap it up here, boys. I know there's some good cards coming up in the future. So what I would do is I will get some thoughts from you both separately and then we'll put them into videos on the channel. But yeah, man, I think we're going to have to call that one a wrap, I think. Josh, are you doing something YouTube related now you have to? Or is this...
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna be going assisting with the podcast. It's one worth checking out, the Sharpest Boxing Podcast, and this is gonna be a pre-recorded episode. That's for channel out there. Mark Too Sharp Johnson, he's the DC Hall of Famer, so it's a podcast with him. I'm gonna be interviewing Sean Bay Mitchell, who's out of this area as well. So I'm just gonna be helping them film it, all that good stuff. But there's a channel out there. It's the Sharpest Boxing Podcast. I think at the Champions Here TV. So worthy of checking out. We're gonna have some good stuff coming out.
All right, cool. And are you going to do a podcast at some other time instead of? Or have you already done that? Or is that?
Oh no, it's not gonna be. Yeah, we're not doing the 86 boxing one. This is gonna be just in person, pre-recorded one. So yeah, I won't be going live until later. Though later. 9 p.m. interview with Malik Titus, heavyweight out of Baltimore.
All right. Okay, well, make sure you go over to 86 Boxing and subscribe over there if you're not already
9
done
p.m.
so.
Eastern, that is.
9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, cool. All right, boys. I think we'll call that one a wrap. Hope that's okay with you both. Thank you as ever for stopping by, giving up your Sunday early afternoon. I know you're starving as well, Alex. Thanks to everyone else who stopped by and scored with us. Baz, as usual. Beagle, thanks for being with us, even though you were driving safely.
Oh, yes.
And all the other names that stopped by and popped up. Rodolfo, the Jack Artist. There's more in there.
Appreciate y'all.
Cheers all.
We'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you very much.